Hey there YouTube, this is Jesse450 and I'm here with my first ever movie review. I thought about doing this many times, but I kept telling myself I had to wait till this movie came out. Its official release was today, but I got to see the premiere last night. For the first time I ever got to see a movie premiere, but it was, if you can't guess already, the movie was Pixels. And so I'm here to do an overall review of it. I will at first do, because I decided when I do movie reviews, I will do an overall movie review, and then I'll also do ones for the categories it's placed under, like horror movies. There'll be an overall as a movie review and the scariness review. For action movies, it'd be the special effects and action reviews, and the normal review. And comedies, there'd be funniness and movie, and it just goes on and on. So, Pixels was an action comedy. So first off, I'm gonna go, in case you don't know what Pixels is, which you probably do, but if you don't, it is a movie starring Adam Sandler and Kevin James, where they're on planet Earth. They sent footage from arcade game, it's like Video Arcade World Championships of 1982, up into space, and these alien life forms intercepted it, but instead of taking it as just a sign of communication, or like a sign of just seeing our culture and stuff, they took it as a declaration of war, but more like this war game than what the trailer made it seem like, where each planet has 3 lives, and the aliens are going to take on the forms of the video game characters, and their programming and stuff, and make it happen in real life. And first planet to lose 3 battles loses their planet. The other planet gets destroyed. So, obviously there are many famous arcade games in it, like Galaga, Centipede, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Dig Dug's very minimum in there. There's just one villain that appears, but there's Paperboy, Space Invaders, Asteroids. There are all sorts of them. I'm surprised there wasn't any Pole Position in there. I'm not sure what year Pole Position came out. Maybe it wasn't out yet. But anyway, so the movie is, as I said, an action comedy, and I personally loved it. It was awesome, because first off, Adam Sandler was great in that movie. I'm not the biggest Adam Sandler fan. I mean, I don't dislike him, I just never really was too crazy about him. Till this movie happened. His character was amazing, and he did it really well. And so overall, for the comedy section, 5 out of 5. I'll do it out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was really funny. I don't remember all the actors in it. I just remember Adam Sandler and Kevin James. Those were the only. Oh, and Sean Bean's in it too. Sean Bean's in it, but he's more of a secondary role. But so anyway, there's this other guy. I recognize him. I just never knew his name. He was also in The Wedding Ringer. He plays this kid named the Wonder Boy. He's like a conspiracy theorist and whatever. But his character was hilarious too. So pretty much every character has had their funny sections. There's also that short guy I constantly forget the name of. He was an elf and a couple other things. And for some reason, I think he might have been in Game of Thrones. Maybe it's just me, but I haven't even seen Game of Thrones. I just thought that he was. I thought I had heard that somewhere. But anyway, so in comedy, 10 out of 10. In terms of action goes, like the action area, I'd still say 10 out of 10, because the way they actually use the actual game's patterns and coding for the different things, like the centipede moves around the same way it does in the arcade game, and you have to kill it the exact same way. It's not just things taking on the role of it, but you have to kill it. You have to kill it the same way you did there, and it has the same movement patterns and whatever. So it was really cool to see that. And things like that, and it was also kind of cool to see because the military was doing a terrible job of fighting them. So they actually have Adam Sandler and his group of the Arcaders, I believe their name was. They all go and they go and take these light cannons and fight them, and these like 3 or 4 people do way better than the military. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. This is early on, and so they go on in the battles and stuff as you see in the trailers. So action and comedy both get 10 out of 10, and as far as an actual movie goes, like story-wise, well, first off, special effects were good since it's an action movie. The special effects were really cool. Like even fire and stuff was made out of pixels. It was really cool. But so as far as story goes, I still think the story was cool because the very end turns out like there's some secret involving the beginning, I guess. I'm not gonna say anything about what it is. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. I'm sorry if I do. I deeply apologize, but there's a kid in the movie who's only knows new video games, and this is at the very beginning when Adam Sandler's character comes in to, like, because he works for like a nerd thing or something, sort of like essentially Geek Squad, but it's called Nerd, and he comes to installing some game systems and sound systems and TVs into a house. Sorry. And so the kid, he asks Sam Brenner, that's Adam Sandler's character's name. I've been trying to think about it the whole time. So he asks Brenner if he's a gamer. He says he was, because he was in the video arcade world championships when he was a kid. They said he used to be with like the classics and stuff. And the kid's like, by classics you mean like Call of Duty and Halo? And he says, no, the classics, the real classics are in like arcade cabinets. An arcade was a place outside of your house you had to go to play a video game and stuff like that. But, and so that kid ends up actually kind of in a way teaching him something, but I'm not going to say what or anything because I'm going to try to refrain from spoiling as much as possible. And there are like funny parts of the story too that are also actually kind of cool. So overall, I'd say just 10 out of 10 for everything. Great movie. You should totally watch it. And there are also a lot of arcade games in it that most people wouldn't recognize, like Paperboy and stuff like that. People will probably recognize Q*bert, right? Yeah, they probably recognize Q*bert. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That being said, please remember that my name is Jesse and I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day.